Hey, it's Veronica
and Erika.
And we're here today. Surprise, surprise, we're only going to do one video for the week.
Right.
Because verses 13 and 14, we don't have a lot to offer, and you're all getting to the end.
Right.
And so just to make it easier on you. So today, bring in verse 13. In a couple of days,
bring in 14.
Bring in 14. And then we'll be back next week with our final video.
Unless your 5-year-old tells you you're not ready. Because
yes,
we heard a little 5-year-old that will tell his mom, I'm not ready.
So she is working at his pace,
yes,
doing what he wants. And
yes,
when he's ready,
yes,
he's letting her add the next verse.
Yes.
So, verse 13, you will tread upon the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. And Erika has some really cool motions to show you.
We had fun with this verse again because it was, okay, so the lion said, put up your claws like a lion. And then the cobra, put up one hand a little bit bigger like you're the cobra about to strike. And then trample, now we're going to walk the great lion. So now we're going to make a really big lion and the serpent. So that helped my kids and I remember, because you're saying this very similar thing. So
yes,
which way does it go? So that just putting hand motions to it like that, like the great lion comes next.
Right.
That's how we did it.
Yep, that works. And then verse 14, because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. And just one thing, if you're more, I don't know if it's auditory or visual, but rescue, protect, acknowledge, R-A-P. Sometimes I get confused on which word comes first. They're kind of similar, but kind of not. But if I can remember R-A-P, it doesn't mean anything, but it just flows.
Right.
That helps me remember, okay, here's the next step. But with that, we kind of wanted to talk about, you had started off the beginning videos talking about how this switches to God talking.
Oh, yeah. Verse 14 is where God responds, because you've done this. Here's what I'm going to do for you. So these are great verses, these last few verses to cling to whenever you're struggling. This is how God takes care of his people.
And so with that word love in verse 14, I love spicy food.
I love chocolate.
I love my dog. I loved my dog.
You still love your dog.
I do still love my dog. But it's not the same love I have for my husband or my kids.
Or your
or my sister. And so we looked into that word love. And the idea, I don't remember how to say the Hebrew word.
Chashak.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
But it's more of a desire.
An attachment.
Or an attachment. So it's kind of that binding together. It's
clinging.
Not just a feeling. It doesn't have to be a feeling. It's more because he clings to me, because he's bound to me.
Yes.
Says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. And did you want to talk about that word acknowledge?
Yada is the Hebrew word acknowledge. And this is more than just the idea of a head knowledge. In the Hebrew, when someone knows somebody, something happens. So when Adam knew Eve, she got pregnant. So this is an intimate type of knowledge. You are not just saying, yeah, I believe in God. This is a no. I know God. I have experience with God. I have history with God. I have head knowledge, heart knowledge. I have walked with God. So again, not only just a love, but a clinging, a binding, not just a knowledge like, yeah, I know there's a God. Like, no, I know this God.
And if you're acknowledging his name, you're knowing who's the God and the name behind it. And we've kind of talked about some of those names in our Jonah podcasts.
Oh, Elohim and
Yahweh. So that's just our encouragement, our teaching for today.
And for the week.
Yes. No video on Wednesday.
But keep chugging ahead.
Yes.
You are almost done.
Yes.
You're doing great.
And
look at
honestly,
you.
I have found as I get towards the end, I tend to kind of peter out.
Oh, because you're so close.
Because I'm so close, and it's like, I'll get it later. I've just got 2 more verses. So
don't put it off.
Don't waffle at the end, because you want to finish strong.
Right.
And so what we're going to encourage you next week, I'll tell you now, but we're going to encourage you after you have finished memorizing this whole chapter, continue to practice daily.
Yes.
For a while. Don't think, I've got verse 16, I'm done. keep going.
Just once a day, even. Say it through. That's what we're going
talk
to tell you.
more about that next week. But just because you're getting to the end,
Don't
keep going,
stop.
stay strong.
Persevere.
Yes. And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.